All right. Hi, you guys. Welcome to our Saturday huddle. I am so blessed to be here with you all, and I'm just blessed with the best team in general. So thankful. Yesterday was so exciting. We had all of these new products drop. So if you're more of a verbal person, I'm going to be going over each one and what they do, just so that you guys can kind of hear it instead of just read it. Because I know you've read it. You might have seen the live on Lavelle. Sadly, they didn't upload the live. So I missed that part, but I'm going to read over it. And you guys, I just want to give a quick shout out for PPA, which basically just means that you're bringing in new customers. And that is so important in this business, that we continue to just bring in new people all the time. That's always our goal here, is to get people on Thrive, right? GPOT, get people on Thrive. So starting out, you guys, I have Allison at the top, and then Jessica, Natalie, who's not here right now. And then we have Danielle, Lupita, Misty, Audra, and Aubrey. So you guys, I'm so proud of you. That's just a 30-day. That's not like a 60-day or 90-day PPA. It's a 30-day. And just to know you guys are getting new people on Thrive is amazing. We are on track to just take off for March, you guys. I know we have, a 30-day run that's going to be starting on March 1st. So this is the last week of February. So if you guys want in on that, make sure that you shoot me a message, and me and Allison will get you in on that. Okay. So today, Bree is going to pour into us about REELS, all about REELS. And I wanted Bree to do this because she's someone that's very consistent with REELS, and she's going to share with us all the things REELS. Please go out there. No, please go out there. Ask Sissy. Okay, but first I want to touch on the new products that dropped, okay? So yesterday we dropped Thrive 2.0, okay, which is water. It's alkaline water. And I was amazed when I saw this, because I don't know if you guys have heard of the Kangen water machine, but it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I don't know the exact amount. I think it's like $10,000. And they let you pay it off over time and make payments. And that's how people get them. But they're really expensive. And so alkaline water in itself is like a gem. Like, you can buy it, single bottles at the store, but they're very expensive. And I feel like this price point is so great because they give you the full case. It's $40. And basically alkaline water, what it does, you guys, is it balances your pH, okay? Balances your pH. And that's a claim that we can make. That's not medical. Well, sounds medical, but some people might not know what that means, but a lot of people will. So when you go to talk about it, it balances your pH, okay? So our bodies have a pH scale, right? And a lot of times when we're doing our bodies wrong, we become very acidic. And so what can cause your body to be more acidic is, fast food, processed food, too much sugar, too much oil, fat, right? Greasy food, lack of exercise. There's so many factors. It could be environmental factors. If you live near pesticides, I know a lot of you are Monterey County, pesticides in the area. You have to just be extra careful to take good care of your body, because that can cause your body to be more acidic. Just different, things that they put in our food to make it grow faster can cause your body to be more acidic. So our pH often is too acidic. And so often it's over here on the scale of acidic, and we need to bring it back to balance, right? And the way we do that is you drink your alkaline water over here, and then it goes back to balance like this. We can't make medical claims, but I will tell you guys, I know that medical science has decided that cancer does live in an acidic environment. So if your body's very acidic, that's where cancer can dwell and live at. And that's why I've seen people fight cancer and drink alkaline water, and it change their life. So for me, I'm a big believer. I'm really excited about this product. I'm excited to be able to offer it to my friends and people that I know might need it. So yeah, so it's not just like your normal water. So unlike other pH waters, it does not use harsh chemicals we don't use harsh chemicals to achieve our fusion alkaline water. Rather, Thrive H2O goes through a 4-step process designed to create superior results. First, it's purified through reverse osmosis. Second, it goes through our advanced ionization process, which breaks the water into core acidic hydrogen and alkaline oxygen atoms. Third, we use an industry-leading electrolysis process to draw the water through magnetically charged plates to separate the acidic hydrogen from the alkaline oxygen. These 3 steps achieve a 9.75 pH water rating, and when combined with the 4th and final step, adding premium electrolytes, Thrive 2O reaches its optimal hydration effectiveness. So it even has electrolytes. And that's like a clutch word. I feel like a lot of people know what electrolytes are just because we've always had like Powerade, Gatorade growing up, right? So this might even be good for someone who, needs to replace their electrolytes. Maybe, if my kid gets sick and has like diarrhea, gross, God forbid, but you know what I mean? Like they need to get their electrolytes back. That could be a good use for the water. So that is so exciting. And then we have the 4 gummies, of course. And then when I first saw it, I was like, kind of like, what? I was like, we already have these products. Like, I don't understand. But then something clicked and it was like, that's right. Because the like sleep gel, for example, rest, not everybody likes rest because of the gel, right? It works. Yes, it works very well and it's all natural, but you have to hold it in your mouth for a period of time for it to work. So for the gummies, obviously they're a lot more like pleasing to the palate. I hope they don't get rid of rest gel, just that I love rest gel, but I'm excited about sleep gummies because I know that that's gonna be a lot easier form for people to take. And then to the price point, okay, because rest gel is $50, sleep gummies are $30. So it's a lot more affordable for somebody who is on a budget. So sleep basically helps. And then the way that they want us to word it is the way that's on the PDF. Okay. So for me, I love to save all of the PDFs into my phone on an album on my phone. And then I screenshot it and I just take the little snippet of what it does. And I hope you guys can see what I mean, but this is the PDF right here, right? So I don't use like the graphic part that says like Thrive gummies, but I screenshot and then I crop just this part right here. Sometimes the picture of like, that's a funny guy sleeping, but sometimes just the picture too, but what it does, right? Because that's what people really care is what it does for them or what it can do for them. So it's created to boost relaxation. And this is the wording they want us to use, okay? To support a healthy sleep cycle, okay? It's formulated to prepare for deep sleep and provide a calming effect, okay? So I just love that wording. And personally, I will be giving it to my kids because, they sleep good anyway, but if they can get like a good restful deep sleep and wake up happy in the morning, I'm all in. And then Brandon, my husband, takes rest every single night. So he'll be taking the gummies too. He just needs that to help him fall asleep after his shift. So yeah, I am so pumped about those. And then if you have questions about like ingredients and stuff, you guys can reach out to me anytime. Like I have a lot of nurse knowledge about just like medication in general, vitamins and things like that. So yes, Samantha, I love that. Well, you're going to need a lot of bottles, girl, for all your kids. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, how many bottles do I need because of all these kids? But I'm going to start with 1, see how they do. And then I'm going to order probably more in the next couple of days because literally my 4 kids, like I don't know. I think they would finish it within like 10 days or something. So fast. Okay. So just the 2. So that is so exciting. And then the second gummies we have are collagen, which obviously we have skin and form collagen, but again, the gel form. So my mom really needs the collagen for her skin. So as you guys know, as we age, right, we lose collagen and our body stops producing collagen. So my mom tries the skin, but she can't tolerate the holding it in her mouth, which made me really sad because I'm like, no, she needs it. So now I'm able to offer her the gummies instead of the gel. And my mom's funny. I always tell her, Mom, you don't have to order for me. You know that, right? Like my business is okay. But she's like, she really wants to. So she's ordered for me every month for 4 years. Crazy. Anywho, designed to support hair growth, strength, and thickness, and to help strengthen nails. Formulated to revitalize and nourish healthy skin and improve skin elasticity. Yeah, she's super sweet. Created to aid with cellular damage recovery that helps prevent fine lines and wrinkles. Designed to support healthy skin glow. So do you see how like the wording in just that little snippet is so powerful and it makes sense, right? It's like something our audience can understand. And I don't know, I just encourage y'all, like if you're going to share on stories and stuff, like go back to the PDF and even just if you just look at it, you don't have to screenshot it, but just kind of look at it like, okay, what did they say it does? Oh, designed to support a healthy skin glow. Like, you know, maybe one day your skin's glowing, you're taking your gummies and like you just did charcoal mask, you know, hop on your stories, go face to face and be like, you know what, these gummies, you guys, support a skin glow. Like who wants their skin to glow? Like, you know what I mean? I love that wording. So just, I would say always go back to that PDF and how they say it. And yeah, I'm excited to have my hands on those too. I mean, all of them, you guys, I'm like, woo, let's go. Okay, so the third gummy, almost done here, is immune. And then we have the blast, right? But again, it's a powder form. I feel like immune, obviously, I'm going to give to my children as well. They're going to school, they're encountering germs every day. Like for me, I'm not someone, I don't even really take them to the pediatrician just because they're not sick, like personally, but I'm not telling you guys to do that, okay? And if you take your kids, more power to you, that's amazing. I just can't, I don't have the time or the mental capacity to do it. But anywho, immune, and feel free to ask your pediatrician too, if you guys desire to. But formulated to boost immune support, promote healthy inflammatory response, and beneficial source of antioxidants. So I know this one has elderberry, which elderberry is very powerful to help prevent any sickness. And so just taking that every day is a great preventative to getting sick. And then the last one is the multivitamin, which I'm most excited for, because even on the PDF, it says it's for kids. So I'm like, yes, because we used to have a kid's vitamin. It was like a drink. My kids liked it. It was a drink, but obviously I think kids do much better with gummies because they think it's candy. And so it's formulated to support cellular energy, cellular metabolism, promote health and wellness, and support cognitive function. It's an excellent source of essential vitamins and minerals. So that is so cool. And it says, our newest premium formula, providing you with a power pack of vitamins and minerals your body craves. Synergistically, which means together, working with Thrive men's and women's capsules, the new blend of essential vitamins and minerals helps maintain your overall health and wellness while boosting your cellular energy and metabolism in a tasty and easy to chew gummy form. Add Thrive multivitamin to your daily Thrive experience to feel your body operate at a premium level. So it looks like you should be taking them with your capsules. Again, I wasn't able to catch the live and it wasn't updated, it wasn't uploaded. So I don't know if they mentioned that on stage about taking both, but it looks like you're supposed to be taking both. And then obviously kids don't take the capsules, but they can take this. And then I know someone mentioned that if you have a customer that can't take the capsules, they can take the multivitamin instead. So that's awesome. And I know I do have a few customers like that who would prefer this version. Okay, so those are the 4 gummies, you guys. And then obviously our Pink Pro has not dropped yet, but it is a pink lemonade flavor powder drink for collagen, once again, which is a huge trending word anyway, all over social media. So I just love that they call it Pink Pro. Like for me, I could see myself like shaking it in a water bottle daily and just being like, here's my pink drink. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that's a trending word and it's so fun. So my pink drink, and it has over 7 grams of high quality type 1 and type 3 collagen. If you guys want to get really nerdy with this, you can share it on your social media, and you can really like research collagen and learn about it. And that's what I do, is I'll go to like, you know, like Google or Pinterest, and I'll find like graphics that explain them. And it's not like you have to know everything, but you can just like go and get the graphics and share them on your stories. And people really watch those stories. They're interested. They want to learn new things. So honestly, I love grabbing graphics over from Pinterest, because 1, they're like kind of cute and aesthetic, and 2, they're very informational. And so my audience loves to read them. I know that for a fact, because I can tell in the story views when they're swiping and when they're tapping. And yeah, I just think if you guys want to do a little research on collagen yourself, that would be very beneficial to your business. So you guys, yeah, I'm so excited. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. And of course, we dropped the vegan shake last week, vegan vanilla. So if you know someone that can't tolerate dairy, they now have the plant-based option of our shake. So that is so exciting. Bree, I'm going to pass it over to you to hear all about Reels. I'm going to be taking notes while you do. So I'm so excited for this, and I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. All right. Well, hello, everyone. I'm so excited to do this. When Sue had asked me, I was like, yes, I love Reels. And I'm kind of just going to go over like how I started doing it, how I do it, first of all, and hi, Jess, and you know, how I pick different sounds, what it's done for me. And then I'm going to give you guys some like legit tips, like actual tips for your Reels, because I know that's like a spot where people feel like they lack creativity, or they don't know how to get their Reels out there, or things like that. And I just love Reels because it really pushes out your content to people that aren't following you. So you can really
You're muted. You just muted yourself somehow. The screen went dark.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Haven't been muted the whole time, but just now.
Is it better now? Oh, okay. Okay. So I started doing Reels, like when I first started doing Thrive, that's like when they really, really started pushing Reels. And that was probably like a year ago. And before that, I was already doing like TikToks and things like that. And so I would just transfer them over to my Instagram. But they were just things that like, I like them because, you know, you can express your, oh my goodness, I always have issues with my phone. You can really express yourself on Reels and TikTok. So when they started coming out with Reels, I was like, okay, you know, I didn't know how I felt about it because it was really new. But then I started thinking, you know, I'm already doing posts, I'm already doing lives, I'm already doing stories, and I'm already talking about the product. So that's basically what a Reel is, except it's just a different way. So the first Reel I ever really created that was like Thrive based, it was super simple, y'all. It was literally me making my 3 steps. And it was, I literally put like, I'm Bree, I'm a mom of 3, you know, been coffee 3 for like almost 3 months. And that was it. And it was super simple. And I was just like, whoa, this is kind of fun. Like, this is easy. And that's what started it all. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this. And I was just like, you know what, this is fun. And I ended up getting into the groove of it, where I was just like, you know what, this is like, something where I can really express myself. Because for me, like, I love talking. I love being able to like let people know different things. I am just a creative person. And I know for a lot of people, that's why reels are hard, because they feel like they lack that creativity. And I promise you, once you start doing it, you keep on, you get better with it. And that's what I'm saying. When I looked back at my first reel, it wasn't the best. It was literally so simple, but I started thinking of different ways I could, grab my audience's attention and things like that. So it started becoming fun for me. And so now, I'm posting reels all the time now. Like, it's become such a fun outlet for me. And you're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, like, how do I do a reel every day? Like, I don't have time, or, I'm busy. Like, I'm already trying to post, a live, or, post my regular content. You guys, what I do is I batch my reels. That is like key to being able to be consistent with reels. Like, I used to like go through my feed every day and make a reel. That is exhausting. It's exhausting because you're making a reel, you're trying to come up with what you should post in that day. Like, it's exhausting. So I started thinking, like, what can I do? Right. And when you think of batching, you're like, well, I don't even have time to batch my posts. Like, how do I have time to sit for like a whole hour? Guys, when I batch my reels, I do it in such a simple way. And the thing is, you can batch reels like, when you're doing IPAs, little pockets of your day. That's what I do with batching my reels. And I'm going to explain it how I do it. So when I'm doing IPAs, right? And I have time limits on my phone. So I'm not on my phone all the time. So like when I'm doing IPAs, I keep my eyes really open, especially on Instagram. And I'm constantly looking for like different things that interest me, especially if it's reels, because that's a big thing on Instagram. So if I see something that I like say it's a mom doing something funny, a funny mom humor thing, I save it. Okay. So I'll save the audio at the bottom. I wish I could show you how to save it, but and if you need help on it, I can go over a little bit more, but I save the audio. But I also save the actual post. Even if it's not something like that I really like, I'll save the actual reel. There's a bottom, like 3 dots at the bottom where you save the actual the reel. Because what I've noticed is if you're like, going through, you're trying to figure out different ideas of what to post, you're saving all these audios. When you make a reel and you go back, it's going to be difficult to find that audio. And I've had this issue like where I'm like, dang, I don't even know what that audio is called. I really liked this one. So I started saving the whole actual reel, because Instagram has a place where they keep the stuff that you saved. Um, they keep the stuff that you save, so you can go back when you're like trying to batch content or whatever, trying to batch your reels, and it's the sound is already there for you. Like, it's a visual thing. You can see the sound, you can see the different idea. I hope that makes sense. um and then what I do is, whenever I have like different, like, so I'm saving things as I go, right? If I see it, I save it. I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. I don't really think about what I would do, but I save it. And then if I have time, like yesterday, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was watching the movie Encanto with my kids, and I was doing some IPAs, right? And I saw this reel, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool reel, right?" I liked the audio, and it was a voice audio, like a mom saying something. I think it was some audio where she's like, I don't even know what it is, but I was like, that's super simple. I could do it right now. So I literally recorded myself with my son. Like, I recorded myself, and I feel like sometimes we think too much about reels, and that's where we get hung up. I literally recorded myself doing the audio, boom, save it. I don't think about anything. I don't think about what I'm going to say on it. I don't think about, like, that's what I'm saying. You can batch your reels in little pockets of your day where it doesn't have to be like you sit down for an hour or 30 minutes. Like, if you can do that, cool. Sometimes I'm able to do that, but realistically, I'm always so busy. So whenever I do have a chance, I'll just record little snippets of whatever audio or reel I think is good, and I save it. And I wish I could show you guys. I have so many drafts on my phone because that's what I constantly do. I'm just like, oh, that would be a good idea. Oh, that would be good. Like, save it. Okay. And how I find sounds is, I'm sure you've heard this before. Save them and then post another day when you're not feeling like making. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so yeah, you save them, and then when you're like, oh, you know what, I can make that reel. You go back, and then you're able to batch that reel for the day. And if you want to post it that day, cool. If you don't, then you can just save it to your draft. And another tip is when you make a reel and you save it as a draft, save it to your phone as well, especially if you're going to use it that week, because it's happened to me before where Instagram has somehow deleted all of my drafts and I was really upset and I didn't have any of my stuff that I saved. So save it in your drafts, save it to your phone as well. And then, so how I find sounds is if you go to the feed where it's the Reels feed, you will see the arrow at the bottom. That's a trending sound, right? The trending sound means that that's something that people are like, it's a big sound, whatever, like people like it. Although I don't always use trending sounds, but that's really something that you should really kind of aim for because it's going to push your content out more, the reel out. And another thing is if you're going through Reels, you see, a sound or a song that keeps popping up and it's not trending, that probably means that it's going to be trending soon. So just save the audio, save the post, and not even that. Like you really can have a good reel, and it doesn't even need to be a trending audio, And so what Reels have really done for me is they've helped me grow a community. So at first, when I started doing Reels, because anytime you do a reel, like I said, it's going to push your content out to people that are not following you, people like that are interested in what you're posting, things like that. So it's very different from a live or a regular post. But the thing is, in the past, I was growing my following, but I was just growing an audience. I wasn't growing a community. And I say that because when I really started focusing, I started thinking about what do I want people to remember me for? What do I want my brand to be? And brand is literally just like, what do you want to talk about consistently? What do you want to be able, like, with people like, oh, I know her, she's cool. Me, I want moms to be like, oh, she's the funny mom, the relatable one. Like, my kid doesn't nap too. I can totally relate to that. So when I started focusing on that, I started growing a community. And what I mean by community is people, your followers, and people that are not your followers will start to engage more on your reels because they're going to be like, oh, I can totally relate to that. Oh my gosh. And I have that now. Like you will see people like, and not even that, people will message me like, oh my gosh, girl, I can relate to that reel. Oh my gosh, that's so true. My kid doing that too. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like you really want to focus when you post a reel on what you want people to remember you for, what you feel like people can relate to. Don't just make it about you. Because when I look at my first reel, it was literally like, I'm Bree, I'm a mom of 3. It was all about me, right? And I think this is something just in general when we're posting about posts or stories, we want to grow that community. We want people to feel like they can relate to us and what we're talking about, because that's where you establish that like to know to trust factor, right? People end up feeling like they can relate to you. People end up feeling like you're trustworthy, things like that. And so once I started really focusing on that branding and what I wanted people to notice about me, what I wanted people to remember me for, I started gaining that community. And the thing about reels, like I said, is it pushes you out to new followers, right? So if you're just posting reels, and I'm saying like, it's okay to have an audience, that's totally okay, right? People are still going to watch you. But the thing that I realized is when people are going to randomly follow you, like people that are like, oh, like if your content's all over the place in reels, it's going to attract people that are following you, but they're not going to be like they're just going to be a follower that just sits there. Like they're not going to be somebody that can relate to you. They're just going to take up space. So that's why I really started focusing on how can I gain a community? And if you actually go and look at these people that are like, they have all these followers and they're influencers, and you'll look like a lot of their stuff is relatable content, especially their reels. People are commenting on it. So that's the thing I really started focusing on. Try to post content that's a community. Try to have fun with them. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't always have to, figure out like, oh, I have to, like, if you look at my reels, it's literally like you're in my story. Like you get to see my funny side, my creativity. Make it you, but also make it where people can be like, I can relate to you. Maybe it's not like, maybe you're not a mom, maybe you're into fitness. Like do things where people can really relate to you and they feel like, oh, I can, and that's, if you look at celebrities and stuff, people like these celebrities because they're like, oh, I Same thing with me, girl. Like, and that's the same thing with Reels. It pushes you out to new people. And I think it's amazing because you really don't necessarily have to go and search for these followers. It's good, like, when we do IPAs, but Instagram does it for you. And if you're pushing your content out to people that, are interested in the same things you are, it makes it easier for you to gain that community. And so I'm going to give you guys some tips that I feel like really, really work with just any reel in general. Like I've experimented with this so many times and I honestly love it. So one thing about reels is when you make a reel, you guys, reel, like it's literally called reel because you want to reel your audience in. Okay, like you want to reel them in like you're going to catch a fish or something. You want to reel them in. What does that mean? You need to have a hook or something in the beginning of your reel that's going to draw them in. Because since it's being pushed out to new people, you want people to see your stuff and be like, oh, I like her. I'm going to follow her. I want to go see what her stories are about. I want to see who this girl is, right? So you want that reel to be something that's going to reel them in. How do you do that? I've learned that you want things that are going to get people curious. People are curious. People are nosy. People want to know, like, I did a reel yesterday or the day before, and you want that anticipation to be there. And I was sitting on the couch and it was talking about nap time, about how, your kids wake up and you're enjoying your me time. So what did I do? I put, does this happen to you? ... So people are going to be like, wait a minute, what do you, let me see what she's talking about, right? And then I go to the next slide. Like, you just kind of want to keep people drawn in, kind of like when you see tabloids and about these celebrities. What gets you interested in those magazines? They're like, oh, Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie's pregnant with their baby, like with a different dad, and you're like, whoa, what? Let me read it. So reel them in. There's like, you can put how to lose weight without, I don't know, following a diet. Boom. And then you can kind of list, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to reel them in. So you can use a how to, you can use numbers. The other day I made a reel about Activate and I put 4 benefits of using Activate. Okay. And then I literally listed what Sue is saying, the graphic, like the things in that graphic where it shows you on the PDF. And I literally listed 4 things about, Activate. Same thing, like if I'm talking, if it's something about moms, like I make it about them. I'll put like, when your kids, and I don't ever really, that's what I started doing. Like I stopped making it about me and my reels. And yes, it's still about me, but I want moms, like when they're reading it, to be like, oh, I totally get that. Like that's so me. You want to make sure you have good lighting too. Have good lighting, whether it's a ring light, whether it's natural lighting, have good lighting, because something about it, like when you have good lighting, it's going to be more interesting. Same thing with like a post or something. Like, yes, it's not a big deal, but I've noticed reels that have good lighting, like with the ring light or something, it's more attractive. It's more, how do you say it, like people want to see the reel. And another thing, I'm trying to think, I had put engage with your so what I do is once I post a reel, I go and engage in my stuff, like my news feed, any reels, my stories. I engage for like, at least if you can, I engage for like 5 to 10 minutes, because Instagram's going to see like, wow, okay, like, we're going to put her content out more. We're going to put her content out more. And if your stuff is, if people can relate to that, they're going to comment, right? So respond to their comments on your reel. If it's, put 4 more words. And then what I do is I post it on my stories. So when I post it on my stories, here's a tip that really can increase your views on your reels is put hashtag behind that reel. Put hashtag behind your reels in your stories or your location, because it's going to push it out even more to those specific hashtags when people are looking it up. So that increases your reel views. And what else? If you're doing like a TikTok or and you want to put it on your Instagram, I don't recommend that, because when Instagram sees TikTok, like the watermark, they don't push your content out. Like they just won't. And that's what we want, right? Like I know it's all about just having valuable content, but you also don't want to do something that's not going to push your content out. So I don't recommend, like I don't think I ever put TikToks on my Instagram. I usually put Instagram reels on my TikToks, and I'll crop the bottom of my Instagram, because even when you say the Instagram reel, it has that bottom, the watermark Instagram. So you can crop it out. And so after I've engaged on my reels for a good while, on my feed and stuff like that, I'll literally get off of my phone, close the app, and I'll leave it there for like an hour. And that you're probably like, why do you do that? So what I've noticed is after I've done engage, like after I've been engaging on for my reels and stuff like that, like to boost my views, I get off my phone, close the app. So what Instagram is going to do, they want people to be on Instagram. They want people on there. So if they notice like, oh, okay, she's not being active on her Instagram, they're going to push your content even more. So if you're not, so that's why I get off for an hour. I'll get off for an hour, I come back, and it's like, whoa, okay, people really interacted on this. So I get off for an hour, 45 minutes maybe, because Instagram will push it even more out to new people, new audiences and stuff like that. Because if you're constantly checking like, oh no, like let me see how many likes I got, let me see who's commenting, it's going to still push it out, but it's not going to have that same effect where if you get off your phone for a little bit, it's not going to do the same thing. So and then you want to make sure you have a call to action, even if it's not a product or a business reel. You want to have a call to action. What do I mean by that? So something, hello, hi baby, it's okay. Came in here, sorry guys. What I mean by that is something super simple is double tap if you agree, like, or share with one of your friends if you can relate to this. Something super simple so people can interact with your stuff. You want to let people know what to do, or share this if you share this with a mom friend. So always add a call to action, regardless of what it is. Always add a call to action. And I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to put. Ideas. How do I come up with ideas? I honestly just think, because I'm all about like momhood, relatable motherhood, funny motherhood and stuff like that. I really just think about, like, I go throughout my day, I'm just like, like, what am I doing that I'm pretty sure other moms do, or he's in the living room. Mama, you want to go with her? She's here. Where is she? Yeah, go look. She's in the living room. Yeah. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. So ideas. I'll even go on Pinterest. This is one thing I do. I go on Pinterest and I look at like whatever, since I do funny stuff, I go to like motherhood memes, or it can even be like, motherhood quotes. If you look at a lot of the reels that people make are literally stuff that are from memes, that are quotes, that are like inspirational stuff. And you can literally turn anything into a reel, you guys. Like, there was this reel that I saw on Pinterest. That I saw before it even became a reel. And it was saying something about, I make to-do lists and I write on calendars, but I don't have my life together. And I saw that on Pinterest before it even came out as a reel. And then I looked and I was like, hey, this girl literally just made this a reel. Like, and that's what I'm saying. If you have trouble, if you feel stuck on ideas, go to go to Pinterest, just like if you were going to do a post. Huh? I'm doing a team Zoom really quick. Oh, she's over there in the living room with Isaiah. So yeah, go to Pinterest, look at people that you really vibe with, like big influencers or people that you really like their content. Look at ideas, because you can get so many different ideas from them. And even if it's like they're not really talking about your niche or your brand, you can literally turn anything and make it your own, right? And even like some of the things I post, like let's say the one where what did I do? About, does this happen to you when the kids wake up and then you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm running. Like, you can literally do the same thing, use that same content, like, but switch it up to make it your own. So you really just have to figure out what you're branding, figure out who you are, figure out what you want people to remember you for, or people to like think like, oh, this is her, no, that's not, this is her Instagram, this is what I want, and make it your own. I'm trying to think, what other questions do you have? Like, what questions do y'all have for me, or what do y'all like struggle with on Reels that, you know, whatever, like drop it in the comments, because I literally can go on and on about this with Reels. So I just want, she's at home, but look, I'll be done in just a minute, okay? If y'all have any questions, please let me know, because like I said, Reels are a great way. And if you're not doing them,
What is your house?
I recommend just, start slow. You don't have to constantly like do a reel every day, but start slow. Start 1 to 2 reels a week, or, and then you can work your way up, because it's really going to push your brand out there. It's going to push what you're doing. It's going to make people, no, she's in the living room. It's going to make people interested in, and that's why I'm saying I kind of switched my strategy of how I do reels now, because when I started focusing on how I want a community, I want people to engage with me. It's almost like that tabloid. When people are seeing my reels and I can get them interested, they're going to be more curious, not just in the reel, but curious in my stories. They're going to be curious about what I do, or like, who's this person? So I'm trying to think. I think that's all I really have. And I hope that was helpful. I don't know. So do you have any other things I can add on there, or?
Yeah, that was amazing. I have a whole page of notes here. That was so great. Thank you for sharing with us. And I just
You're
know
welcome. Oh, I got really hot.
Bree is a very busy mom, and so to see her consistency with reels is like, wow. Like yeah, I know, Bree, you're very busy with your kids and your stay-at-home mom, and you just have like no extra time. But yeah, she pushes reels out like no one's business. And as much as we want to run away from reels, I do. I'm like, I sometimes suck at reels, but like I guess it is like that creativity factor. And sometimes I get in perfection mode and I want it to look perfect. And when it doesn't, I don't upload it. Yesterday, I spent all day trying to upload a reel that kept, I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but at the top of the screen, it was like, oh, reel, unable to upload reel, try again later or something. And I was trying to upload it all day and I just got so frustrated. And I was just like, no, like, so anyway, as much as we want to run away from reels, listen, when I go to my newsfeed, it's all reels. I don't see any posts on my newsfeed. I don't know about you guys, but it's all reels. So I'm like, okay, no, Instagram is still flowing with this reel thing because they're not going away. My entire newsfeed is reels. So I just repeated myself 3 times, but that's how crucial it is on Instagram right now. And I love what you said about branding and doing the same trendy, the same like type of reel kind of to give yourself that brand. There's another influencer I know of. She does that makeup, what is it? It's like a makeup palette, and it has like everything all in one palette for your face. And every reel she does is Christian at the same time she's doing her makeup, at the same time that she's doing the reel. And then she's doing like this either voiceover sound or some kind of like dance or some kind of like educational reel. But it's always the exact same thing. And they're so entertaining. And they're in her bathroom and like they're just so entertaining. And I know exactly like who she is, what her brand is. When I see her reel come up, I know who it is. If I ever order that makeup, I'm ordering it from her 100% because she's so consistent. So yeah, I am definitely going to try to implement these tips myself and get more reels out there, because they are what's trending on Instagram. So we need to kind of go with what's working for Instagram right now. So as annoying as they can be for some people, Bree, I know you like them, which is like a bonus for you, but we need to, yeah, definitely. I'm speaking to myself, preaching myself. We need to just implement them. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and upload the recording. Bree, thank you so much for pouring into us. Ladies, I'm so proud of you. Let's crush it this weekend. And yeah, let's have an amazing March. Okay. Bye, you guys. Yes. Thank you, Jess. Bye.